Okay, hello, Dr. Susan Kaye here in the hills of Austin, Texas, with my dear friend and colleague, Larisa Sharipova. We're going to present today with another colleague that's part of this group that we've formed out of Philadelphia called
The Evolving Story of Women.
Oh, no, wait, we were going to say the advocacy group called The Evolving Story of Women. And the goal, which is the most important thing, aside from the name, is that it's to stop sexual abuse. And we're doing it across the board. We're looking at what happens for females as well as males, and what happens to even children if we don't educate and teach them how to respect their own bodies and demand that others respect their bodies. So it's a big theme. It's the big kind of thread that goes through our theme, right? So today we have Regina, who is our art therapist, and the beautiful paintings behind her are ones that she's done and created. So she's beautiful. She's brought her gifts and talents to us and in service of this mission. And she's also created a coloring book, which is what we're mostly going to talk about today, right? Yes, beautiful cover. Terrific. So, Larisa, why don't you speak a little bit why you felt compelled to start a group on for survivors?
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Susan, for inviting me. And I'm glad Regina is joining us. I'm Larisa Sharipova. I'm a lifestyle doctor specializing in women's health, and I believe that a lot of women's health related to our childhood trauma or women that suffer from trauma, and that's why I was compelled. I was sexually abused by myself, and I attracted to many women who were sexually abused. So I was compelled to create this group, particularly with my friend who works with sexual trauma and my friend who also was sexually abused. So we were a co-founder of the Evolving Story of Women, the advocacy group, and we want to share our knowledge. We want to share other survivors speak about their experiences and prevent and bring awareness to public about that topic. And we monthly we do different topics on sexual trauma in online format. So we do online conferences once a month on child sexual abuse, on teenagers. It will be a military. We had a male sexual abuse, domestic violence will be also in the future, and we had sexual harassment. So the topics are very, very broad, and we would like to talk about everything that's happening in the world. So that's our goal. And in the month of September, we offer a free workshops. It's called Free Healing Circle Sundays. So it will be Sundays in September for 1 hour. We bring in different modalities of healing to sexual abuse survivors and other people who would be interested in healing of trauma. So one of the workshops will be done by Regina as an art therapy, and that's why we want to know more about Regina and her work in this area. Thank you, Regina, for joining us.
Oh, thank you. It just happens that Larisa was going to be here with me in Texas. I said, well, let's all three do it together. So it's fun having you next to me rather than up on the screen. Yeah.
It is. So I'm Regina, and I have been a hairdresser. I started out in the world that way, and then I started doing decorative painting, and then I started doing murals, and then I got very busy with that, and I wanted to always write a book. So, but I was very successful in the art world, commercially and residentially, but I am a survivor of sexual abuse, and I had a childhood trauma. So amazingly, I was out in the world being very brave, but I really had so much sadness inside my heart, and I just couldn't get rid of it. But I had this really effervescent personality. So I don't know how that came to be, but I did notice that I was attracting negative things towards me. So I decided to write the book about healing, because when I started healing or thinking about healing, I was terrified. I didn't want to be this person. I wanted to be that person. So I just wanted to be, I had a goal for myself to be a certain type of woman. So, a working woman. I wanted my name to be recognized on this earth. Like, I didn't want to be forgotten. So I think that was another reason why I got into the art world, and probably because when I was a little girl, I saw this name on a building and I thought, how do you get your name on a building? That's like really great. That person will never be forgotten. So that was one thing I didn't want to be forgotten in this world. So, and then because of my trauma, I thought, I didn't go through all of this stuff to do nothing with it. This didn't happen to me for me not to help someone else. So, but I was really terrified to do that. And I mean, I'm just really getting started on my book now. So it came the day COVID came. It came in the box the day COVID came. So that was really funny. But it's called On a Clear Day. And it's about clearing some disturbing emotions, building emotions, really a introspective for yourself. So, but the goal is to just be free of the sadness that we hold in our bodies and don't know how to get rid of. And I am somebody that through artwork, that's how I got rid of that's how I got to know myself. So that's really funny. And I have met other people that go to art when they can't speak. So they can't speak about a certain subject. So then it sort of starts to come out. And I've had classes on this too. And that's how I met Larisa. It's amazing what can come out with just some drops of color and a canvas, and how you can learn about yourself and how you can open up your system to becoming more creative, whether it's through art or writing or whatever. So through my life, I've had a lot of spiritual encounters to help me with my my dark side and the dark, night of the soul, whatever. So I've had a lot of angelic help through this because I prayed, and here's my people. So right here, I prayed a lot. And there is a lot of, there's really truth in faith. There really is a lot of help. So we all have our different people we believe in, but that's something that I wanted to share as well. So praying is really a good thing, and meditation is a really great thing. So I started going to therapy. I think when I was about 30, I started to feel like I'm really tired of holding this pain. I have this great life. Why do I have this pain? I love my children. I have a great husband. I have this beautiful house. I can do art. I'm successful, but I shouldn't have this pain. It's like a big ball in there. So I started to get the name of a therapist, this was all so hard to do for me. And I think I dialed the number. I know I dialed the number and I hung up. And then I finally got the courage to call and just leave a message. And I did reach out to somebody, and it was a very slow process over 10 years of trying different things and, speaking a little bit, taking a break, and then going to different things and just more learning about the world too, trying yoga, going to gurus, going to just everywhere, taking all kinds of classes and taking goddess workshops and learning so many different things. So it's all really been fun, and it's all very important. So the people that are psychologists and healers and body workers, massage people, I was so devoted to those people because they're doing work that I was terrified to talk about and do. So I had so much respect for them. So I started having these visions of things, and I have documented my healing process, learning all the way about certain things, like about our bodies and how we work, and the esoteric realms. And what I wanted to do for people was make it simple and make it more beautiful, really. So I remember when I was at a therapist's office, and she gave me this book to look at. It was little cartoon drawings, and I was like such a big baby to turn the pages. I'm like, what's gonna be next? You know, I'm so scared. So that's why I made my book, right? So the cover is really pretty, and I wanted a women to hold the book and not be afraid. So I have an artistic view on what it is to heal. There are many people out there that have, there's a lot of imagery out there that is very realistic, especially in the yogic, the meditation world, you know, the scientific world. They have like such great videos now on healing and all that. So, but I just wanted something that was really beautiful, something that you could journal in and not be afraid of turning the pages. I mean, that is my own experience, but so that was my point. So this book it can be teenager girls could use it. Men can use this too. In fact, the guy that helped me edit it said, oh, I didn't realize this was just for women. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because I thought it was pretty feminine, you know? So I really did like that. So part of how to start this book was, like I said, I didn't want it to be scary. And I have some images that are like kind of creepy. And I'm not gonna go out in the world and do that, you know, be more scary. So one of the days that I decided to get a massage and Reiki with Sally K. Harvey, who was a great Reiki practitioner. And she's just surrounded by angels. So I'm getting this massage one day, and she's working on me. She's using aromatherapy and Reiki, and it was so wonderful. And I started to have this vision of my body being filled with roses, and the roses were blooming, like just blooming everywhere in my body. So I guess, you know, on a cellular level, all kinds of stuff was happening. And each rose came full into bloom, and then that went out. And then there was other ones that were not so beautiful. They were less beautiful, and they just started leaving. So this is a wonderful way to heal. This is a wonderful healing modality. So with that idea, I created this book. I came home and I worked for 2 days on these images in this book. So I was really so happy that, you know, the angels had given me something so beautiful to pull out into the world.
Regina, can you show us inside of the book?
I can. So some of the pictures, another thing that happened was, here's my roses example. So,
I've seen.
okay.
That's
So some of them are dark, some of them are pretty, some of them, there's all different things. And in the book it says, you know, some of these roses could be, you know, you're at Thanksgiving dinner and somebody said something that was kind of mean to you, and then you're like holding a grudge. So this can be one rose. The whole Thanksgiving story could be in one rose. So we're just filled with all these stories, and, you know, we have to dissect some of them or we're going to be kind of miserable. So, and we're always doing this in life anyway, every day, all day long. So that is the point, to get clarity and do introspective on yourself so that you can be growing as a person. Another thing that happened that was shown to me was I sort of had an out of body experience, and this is sort of an x-ray of what was happening. And I was like floating in this water, and I could just see, you know, this work being done. So I'll show you the next page. There's 4 images here. Here is a circle around the heart center. So some golden light was coming in. You could see that this is washing away some stuff. I don't actually know what was happening, and then here my heart chakra is getting really big, and other things, there's a red line coming out that's shooting something out that's probably anger, and this is the end of, this is the healthy image of my heart and my root chakra bursting, I guess. So I don't, and this is all the golden light and all this white light shooting out, and it was so great. I felt great at the end of it. I wish everyone could have this happen. So
you can see the unfolding of you from those stages and pages. And so did you color these in the book? Is it that people also color their own the pictures themselves, or does it come with these pictures?
Oh, the book, this picture, they're just like examples to show how healing works. Like here, see this red dot here? That's like a pain that has to be removed. I don't really know what it was. I mean, we are constantly inventing ourselves all the time with our thoughts. So here is like a nucleus that's, collecting a thought, or, a thought is in there, and it could be a happy thought, and that's great. So we have to really keep in check our thoughts all the time. And I'm a positive person, but I can be negative. I have to work on myself a lot. So I have to keep in check with my thoughts so I can be productive.
And also emotions, positive or negative emotions. So when you show the body with the roses, when you have one emotion, do you work on one rose, or you color the whole body? How do you work with?
I would say work on one rose. My project in here is this you might be able to see better.
So when people take your workshop, what is it entitled? What you would be doing?
What we're going to do is we are going to get a page like this. Everyone will be able to print this one out.
Okay, so they will do their own coloring.
They're going to do their own coloring.
Wow.
So we're going to do a meditation, the golden light meditation, and we will be writing down some things that we want to infuse. And I would say positive. I would say do some positive enforcement first. I think before you start healing, doing positive affirmations about yourself, listing your talents, honoring your name and your birthright, and then take a rose and just really stamp in that rose really who you are. And then if negative things come up, you can work on them too in a positive statement. I am now changing this. I am now thinking of this. I am, all thoughts are a form, they form and they come sort of like origami, like something happens, you have to think about it. Oh, I got my feelings hurt about that. Oh, maybe, why did that happen? And then you start unraveling as you get into it. And then eventually you're like, oh, I'm silly. They didn't mean that. That's just a simple example, of something that happens all day long, So somebody that's healing a trauma, of course, the thought's going to be a little bit different. So my recommendation is to start building yourself up to heal. So just start putting in the talents that you have, what you've mastered, some good things about yourself, and love yourself, because in the end, the reward is you're going to be so much freer, and you're going to be able to appreciate yourself, because for like 10 or 20 years, I never thought I was a good artist. And because there are so many good artists out there, and I love art, and I love everybody's art, and it makes me want to be better. But still, I should have been able to look at my portfolio and say, that's really good. I was just practicing that day. Just practicing. That's nothing. And I did that with my paintings too. So that's sort of sad. So now I can look at my portfolio and say, God, I was pretty good. You know, I didn't have that much training in this, you know, and I was really brave. That was one thing. I was really brave and driven. And so I want other people to have that, especially young girls, because we are very important. We, you know, we, without women in this world, goodness gracious. What I don't know what would happen here. It would be like barbarians.
So how are you going to organize the workshop? You're putting together a workshop that we can have on our Patreon one day? Like, is that your plan? That's what I'm understanding. So what will that look like? Will it be in an hour? Will it be sessions weekly, or what are you thinking?
Well, the first class is September 19th, and Larisa will be in charge of, you know, creating that with her technology skills. And so that day, what we're going to do is we're going to print out an image of the roses. I'm going to read from my book, and we're going to go into a meditation. We'll color for about 15 minutes, and we could talk about some things. I'm going to read a poem that'll be created just for the class that day. So, and we'll close with that poem. So, my hopes is that we can just really honor ourselves as women. And I think I just love women. I love women. Mm-hmm. And I love men too. I love men too. So, but I just think we do so many wonderful things. You know, I just love all the things that we create and make beautiful, you know.
We need more empower other women and girls too. And how I met Regina, I saw advertisement for her class, Intuitive Painting for kids. So I brought two of my daughters to Regina's class that she had. And that's how I met Regina, and my kids paint intuitively whatever emotions they had that day. It was very beautiful, and we had pictures on the walls, paintings on the walls.
That's good stuff, Regina.
Yeah. It's always fun. So today, I don't want anybody to be scared about, you know, thinking they're not an artist and they can't do this. This is coloring. It's just coloring that you can do with crayons and markers. So there'll be a printout list of what you need. And it's not really a big deal. So basically, we're just going to be honoring ourselves. And I have to throw in one of my girlfriend, my sisters, my daughter. She's like my sister. She's my best friend. She had a friend over, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to be like a stay-at-home mom. That's what I'm going to do. My daughter was in college. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. And I thought to myself, and I said to her, that's all you're doing is having babies. Are you kidding me? It's not, it's like huge having babies, being a housewife. What if that's your choice? That's huge, you know? So, I mean, she is a working mom too, but I didn't like to hear that she thought so little of just being female, because being female is great. We just fill the world with love, and men do it too, but you know.
We have a different purpose, I think. Yeah. Creating a baby, that's a huge purpose for women. Yeah,
right. It's so huge. And I just felt like sad that she didn't realize how amazing that is for herself. We can have babies, you know? So men can't do that.
No, I just want to make sure for our people that this is going to be up on YouTube, that if they miss the September 19th date, you'll be having ongoing platforms where you're presenting. And like, I know we want to get one of the workshops up on our platform on Patreon. Is there any place else where they can find you?
Well, my Facebook page is On a Clear Day by iregina. I do have a website with Balboa Press, and it's iregina. That's just to buy the book. So my book is on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So you know, we'll be sharing a lot, and you know, if you missed this one, there'll be another one, and
to get you.
And we're doing for month of September, we're doing 3 classes.
It's
so
3.
Art class with Regina will be on September 19. I will be teaching class on September 12th, and Susan will be teaching class on September 26th. So it's
wait, I got to get that in my book. I'm teaching.
So the free introductory and how people, different modalities that people can use to heal themselves. And if people are interested, so we can create more classes and go forward to these programs. So that's our goal. And you can try and see what you like, what modalities you like, or maybe you like all modalities. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, Regina,
Oh,
for your
good.
wisdom and work.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
yes.
thank
And why don't you explain the first class that you're going to do?
So first class will be meditation, and we will be doing guided meditation for empowering women and to heal. So it will be about meditation.
Okay.
And what I usually bring to the
Touch, never
table,
touch.
okay, touch is my topic, I just was told. But what I bring to each of our seminars is I have a book called Bad Girls that my daughter gave me. So I did a good job with her, right? She got the bad girl kind of wisdom, and the okay to be what's stepping outside of the norms where women's place is and all that. So I read a story of one of the world's bad girls, like we had Cleopatra. Who else we read?
Maria Magdalena.
Who was it?
Maria Magdalena.
Magdalena? I don't remember.
Magdalene.
Magdalene. Magdalene.
Oh, Mary Magdalene. Oh yeah, Mary Magdalene. She was a bad girl, and so it's like that. So I'll be bringing a few bad girls with me, probably on each of these seminars and talks. That's my job.
That's going to be fascinating. Women over time that throughout this time that really just stepped out with bravery and courage, you know.
Yeah, they were the bad girls who ran the marches for us to be able to vote, you know, the suffragettes, and, you know, way back.
But we can.
That's another show talking about who the bad girls are. Hey, we'll have to do one. Yeah, we'll do one. All right, Regina, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your book is beautiful and you will be remembered. I guarantee you have children, your story will be told.
Yeah.
No worries about that. And your paintings will live forever.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
and the painting behind Regina is our logo. It's on our logo as of Evolving Story of Women. So we're very happy that Regina donated her image to our logo of Evolving Story of Women. Beautiful painting.
Yes.
Thank you, Regina. Thank you for joining us today.
okay, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.